We have breaking news. Are you serious? It just happened less than 5 minutes ago. Less than 5 minutes ago, just happened. A massive 7.3 earthquake has just hit Timor. There in Indonesia. This is a mighty, massive quake. Give me one moment here. It just now happened. I'm going to try. There's no way to know how much damage we have, but I guarantee you there's damage. I guarantee it, because that part of the world is very fragile, overpopulated. It's very possible that a tsunami or buildings have collapsed on one of these islands over there in Indonesia. But it will probably take some time to get some info on this, as it just happened, just now happened. Wow, this is not good. Give me 1 second. U.S. Geological Survey saying this is a 7.3. And yeah, it's not even anywhere. It's not even on Google. It's nowhere yet, other than the U.S. Geological Survey there at U.S. Geological Survey. Now, it was 166.9 kilometers deep. That's the only thing that's going to save lives. Hopefully, that keeps the damage down to a very small minimum. Okay. Yes. How we doing, Bart? I'm live on the air right now, but because of the 7.3 earthquake just hit Indonesia. You want me to call you right back? Okay. So, having said that, it's not good. Okay, it's not good. It's just huge, and we're going to keep an eye on it as we go forward here, obviously, because this is a major earthquake. Let me put a shout out right now for healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. Our appearance plays a huge role in our overall satisfaction with life. And unfortunately, tons of anti-aging companies take advantage of that. Many of the products these companies promote, however, fall way, way short. And there's an alternative that has truly worked for me. It's called www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. This collagen, multi-collagen, no human collagen. It's plant, egg, and fish-based, okay? This works because it supercharges my collagen intake. It is the perfect solution for promoting skin elasticity and an overall youthful look like I have. And this multi-collagen, you're getting key nutrients in that powder form. One scoop in the soup, and you feel wonderful. You look younger. You feel vibrant. Are you serious? It gets 51% off if you go to this website, www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. By BioCharts, go to www.healthwithpaul.com. All right. You'll be glad you did. Seriously. Well, Nostradamus, as if you've just joined us, there's been a 7.3 earthquake, massive megaquake has just hit, literally just hit Timor there in Indonesia, and it's too early to know what kind of damage, whether there's even a tsunami warning. We just don't know. But I tell you what, it's a dangerous spot to have this quake. Hopefully it was deep enough at 166 kilometers that it prevents from major damage. We'll have to wait and see. Nostradamus has made, according to his followers, they interpret his quatrains, and there are 7 predictions for the year 2022 by Nostradamus. Well, I'm just telling you what they're saying, okay? First, let's start with the first one, okay? It is he is predicting an invasion of France and Europe. Now, he doesn't say who does the invasion, but he sees the capital of Paris up in flames and major troops camped outside and around the city of France. He also sees Europe being run over. So, guys, do the math. We're probably not talking about Germany. If there's a 2022 invasion, we're probably talking about Russia, especially in lieu of all the things that we've been discussing and watching very close. But this is Nostradamus's prophecy or prediction in 2022. Now, of course, we know Nostradamus has a, it's a convoluted reputation. It's been 500 years, but he did used to sit inside the Cathedral of Notre Dame there in Paris, where he would receive visions, he said, from the Lord, and he wrote them down. Now, he also had some unusual practices and different ways he was as a seer or a prophetic person. I'm not going to go into all that because I just don't know what is fact from fiction. But we do know what he put down, and we do know he spent a lot of time in the cathedral, sitting in a pew alone in the empty cathedral of Notre Dame, which has recently been burnt to the ground there in Paris. What other prophecies or predictions did he have in 2022? Well, the second one he had was this. Kind of goes along with the first one. Nostradamus predicted the collapse of the European Union in 2022. So he sees a invasion into Europe, which really he sees the capital of France, Paris, completely consumed with troops and the city burning. But he also predicts the collapse of the European Union in 2022. So that is one of Nostradamus's predictions. He also predicts the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Nostradamus predicts the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, according to his quatrains and those who study those and interpret those for us. This is what they're saying Nostradamus is predicting. Now, remember, Nostradamus has predicted correctly the rise of Adolf Hitler, the time of World War II, the French-American War, the 9/11 attack, and the earthquake in Japan in 2011. So he hit all of them on the money, and the assassination of JFK. I forgot that one. He's been dead on all those, but he's been about 70% correct in his predictions over a period of time. So you always have to take them all with a grain of salt. But Nostradamus is predicting the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Now, we know Kim Jong-un actually has been ill and has lost a lot of weight, and there's speculation that he is not going to be a long term. So we're going to closely keep an eye on the little dictator over at North Korea. Also, Nostradamus, in his fourth prediction of 2022, forecasts a huge earthquake in Japan in 2022. Now, he predicted the huge earthquake in Japan in 2011. He said it was going to happen, and it did, with a massive tsunami, a 9.1 earthquake, and 26,000 people were killed. He's now forecasting another huge earthquake in Japan in 2022. So keep your eye on that. Especially, I'm always interested in people being in danger. But my family, my son, his wife, and my two granddaughters live there in Okinawa in Japan. So I'm really looking forward to them finally leaving Japan and coming back to the States in 2022. They're supposed to be home. Now, while this is all going on, Nostradamus also had another prediction. Prediction number 5 of 7. Nostradamus predicted wars and armed conflicts in the world will probably only increase hunger in 2022. So apparently, Nostradamus' prediction is that there will be several wars, or there will be wars and armed conflicts going on throughout the world, and it will cause an increase in hunger than what we already have. And it's going to happen in this year of 2022, according to the prediction of Nostradamus. Okay. And his prediction for 2022, number 6, Nostradamus says, as a modern artificial intelligence becomes more advanced each year, this warning about immortal disciples takes on a very real meaning. He predicts that in 2022, there will be immortal disciples that will make decisions for others. That is actually the quatrain. Immortal disciples will make make decisions for others. So what the interpreters believe this is that the rise of Nostradamus saw a rise of modern artificial intelligence, or AI technology, becoming a disciple of humanity and will be more advanced each year. This warning is about immortal disciples, or AIs, taking on a very real meaning of making decisions for others. I found that one very, very interesting. And then number 7 on the Nostradamus predictions for 2022, Nostradamus refers to beaches. He's predicting 7 times more migrants will arrive on the beaches of Europe than normal. So this massive migration that we've already seen going on in Europe, and it really has been, Nostradamus says he sees it getting 7 times more migrants will arrive on the beaches. He sees them coming on the beaches of Europe than normal. 7 times more than normal. These are some very interesting 7 predictions by Nostradamus. Again, I'll go over them one more time. Number 1, there will be an invasion of France and Europe. He doesn't say who invades France and Europe, but I would think that looking at things that they are now, it would very possibly be Russia. And he sees France being overtaken. He sees Paris being completely overtaken, and Europe also invaded. He sees this. Nostradamus predicts the collapse of the European Union in 2022. Well, war and invasion could bring that on. Nostradamus predicts the collapse of the EU in 2022. Nostradamus predicts the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Nostradamus predicts the death of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un in his quatrains and predictions for the year 2022. Nostradamus also predicted the forecast a huge earthquake will hit Japan in 2022. Nostradamus predicted a forecast of a huge earthquake in Japan in 2022. Now, he did predict the earthquake that hit Japan in 2011. He said that was going to happen. A huge earthquake would hit Japan in 2011, and it did, hitting Fukushima. We know all about what happened there. 26,000 people died from the tsunami, and we're still having the effects of the melting down of the reactors over at the Fukushima plant. Also, Nostradamus predicts wars and armed conflicts in the world will probably only increase hunger in 2022. Nostradamus has predicted that wars and armed conflicts in the world, so in different parts of the world, will probably only increase hunger in 2022. Also, Nostradamus, as a modern artificial intelligence becomes more advanced each year, this warning is about immortal disciples taking on a very real meaning. In other words, what he saw was immortal disciples of humanity making decisions for others, is how he wrote it. Immortals disciples of humanity, making decisions for others. Sounds a lot like AI technology advancing in 2022. Also, Nostradamus said, he referred to the beaches. He's predicting 7 times more migrants will arrive on the beaches of Europe than normal. Nostradamus predicting that 7 times more migrants will arrive on the beaches of Europe than normal. Isn't it amazing that migration in Europe right now is the highest it's ever been? What are the odds of that? AI technology certainly could be called immortal disciples of humanity, and they can make decisions for others. So isn't that one got a real shot? Predicting armed conflicts throughout the world will probably increase hunger. That's got a real chance, as we see wars and rumors of wars are everywhere. Jesus predicted these things as well. And then Nostradamus said that there'll be a huge earthquake in Japan in 2022. Well, yes or no? I don't know. He did predict the huge earthquake of 2011. So you got to give him a shot at 2022. And then Nostradamus said that the dictator of North Korea would die. Now, the reason they say the deciphers of why it's North Korea is because he names the area of Asia that a leader will die. And if you look at that area right now, Kim Jong-un is that dominant leader, and he is sick. He's been losing a lot of weight, and he's not been seen very much. So it's very possible that he doesn't name Kim Jong-un, but he says a leader of that area, geographical area, will die. And then, of course, so that's possible. Nostradamus predicts the collapse of the European Union. He doesn't say European Union. He says, though, that Europe, the unified Europe, will collapse. Well, that's pretty close to saying the European Union. But remember, he predicted this in 1566. And his last prediction is there will be an invasion of France and Europe. He doesn't say who invades, but you would assume with everything going on right now, you probably got to guess Russia. And he says, and it will overrun the capital city of Paris. And soldiers will be camped inside and outside around the perimeters of the city of Paris. He saw Paris burning. So I thought this was interesting. We always take a look at his stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're not saying it's a biblical revelation. We're not saying that at all. And you know, and look, the guy did sit in church and would get these revelations while sitting in the Cathedral of Notre Dame. But at the same time, he also participated into some Kabbalah. He also participated into some other seer, prophetically looking into things. I'm not going to sit there and judge this guy. I'm not going to sit and throw him under the bus or lift him up, because it's been 500 years. I don't know exactly what his whole deal was, but it apparently seemed he was getting information from the Lord, because he would go into the cathedral. Why would you go into the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and sit there and receive visions? So it's something to think about and to keep your eye on as we go into this new year of 2022. Now, we just did a video on Heidi and I. We did on what we see coming in 2022. And it's on our Patreon channel, because we can't put it here because of the nature of the things we discussed. But you certainly want to watch it. The archive is there. It's on the Patreon channel right now. If you're not a subscriber, go become one real quick and watch it. You'll be glad you did. God bless all of you. We're in the end times. We're in the last days. I'll be back with more right here on this YouTube channel. 1,000 of you. God bless all of you. We love you. Oh, wait. Someone said, you forgot the silver. I did. What am I thinking? I forgot the silver. I know I'm always supposed to bring it up, and oh no, there it is. There it is. I didn't mean to forget it. I'm not trying to forget it. I don't want to forget it. at all. I'm not trying to forget it. I'm trying my best to remember what I was told to do. Heidi said, look, Paul, germs and Jesus are everywhere. Some people don't understand either one, but they do understand they can protect themselves by building up their immunity by drinking a swig of this every day, get a bottle of this. And also we got the silver gel, the silver lozenges, and the silver toothpaste. Guys, go there now. Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Nostradamus?
I saw a black man with a Bible and a sparkler in his hand. He was holding a tent revival and running a fireworks stand. He said the end of the world is coming, so you better get on your knees. Today bottle rockets 2 for 1, but salvation's free. He said I quit my job in a big church where the milk and money flow to sell cherry bombs with Jesus in a tent beside the road.
Matthew 24.
No cars they pass on by, but I paid rent on New Year's and 4th of July. Here at the Holy Ghost,
Holy Ghost,
Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory,
Pentecostal,
Fire Brimstone, Mission Temple fireworks stand.
He said fireworks are dangerous, they can blow up in your face. Better read the instructions, light the fuse and get away. These things are made in China, so it's easy to see how man worships Buddha ain't got no guarantee. This is the Holy Ghost,
Holy Ghost,
Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory,
Pentecostal,
Fire Brimstone, Mission Temple fireworks stand. Here we go!
It's all going up in smoke.
This world is like an atomic bomb. It's ready to explode. When the trumpet sounds and the Lord comes back, I promise you one thing. I'll be a human model rocket, and I'll go out with a bang. Just like the Holy Ghost.
Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory,
Pentecostal,
Fire Brimstone, Mission Temple fireworks stand.
I'll leave this Holy Ghost,
Holy Ghost,
Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory,
Pentecostal,
Fire Brimstone, Mission Temple fireworks stand. Mission Temple fireworks stand.